Bless the Lord, brothers and sisters. I'm back yet again. I want to talk about something really deep. This is a deep message. Why? Because it's talking about self-examination, my self-examination, and how during the course of my YouTube journey thus far, God really talked to me about what I needed to do in order to decrease so that He can be increased. And I'm telling you the truth. You ever listen to a sermon or a message that it seems like God Himself is talking specifically to you? It not only convicts you, but it cuts you spiritually to the core, where you know there's no one on earth would have known. There's no one on earth that would have understood, and there's no one on earth that could have put it just specifically the way that you can simplistically grasp exactly what the pastor was talking about. That's exactly what happened to me, brothers and sisters. I want to share this with you because my goal, my prayer in this message is that we all embrace humility. We all embrace the fact that we are but filthy rags before God's sight. We are not perfect. We are imperfect people doing extraordinary things by the will and provision of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It's not for us to boast on how many views we get or how much money we have when we're dealing with people who are ministering the gospel or teaching or preaching or things of that nature. We are here as servants, as teachers, and as students of the gospel, first and foremost. And when it comes to theatrics, when it comes to the point where you are in a position where you feel like you have to act, where you have to constantly put out videos to impress not only the masses for notoriety, but yourself, that's when things get watered down. And that's when you have to step back, look at yourself in the mirror, come back to your first love, and get things in perspective. And I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, had God not stopped me in the beginning, I don't know where I'd be in this YouTube journey. So I thank God. I give Him all the glory and the honor for helping me help myself not to get ahead of myself. Because you have to, brothers and sisters, know who you are and know who you were. See, a lot of people get saved, right? I'm going to kick some knowledge to you. A lot of people get saved and they automatically think that they've arrived. They automatically believe that they're the righteous, that they are the chosen of the chosen of the chosen. And as long as the devil keeps on flattering you or keep on allowing other people to put on the butter on your back or the baby oil on your back, you are psychologically, systematically, and spiritually gonna fall eventually. And I tell you the truth, brothers and sisters, I don't care. As long as I stay humble before my Lord and Jesus Christ and still remain at the foot of His cross, that's the safest place I need to be. And this message goes to all of those ministers, whether it be male or female, on YouTube that are ministering the gospel. This one's for you. Why? Because we have a responsibility even the more. There's one thing to get saved, but when you out there talking about the Lord, you better not only know what you're talking about, but you better have some type of fruit and some type of experience. I'm not saying you have to be a biblical scholar, because I'm not a biblical scholar. And I make that perfectly clear. But I'm a diamond in the rough. Hear me clearly. And I come from my heart and I speak the truth. And all my messages are heartfelt. And you understand that I'm not here trying to get a YouTube check. Huh? There's a lot of people out there that literally take that word for what it is. You. It's all about you on the tube. And I'm telling you the truth, brothers and sisters out there, we all need, all of us, who are ministering the gospel need a refresher course and eat that humble pie every now and again. I'm telling you the truth, because the devil will use your views. I just said something. He will use your views and your subscriptions against you. Oh, yeah. You don't think the devil goes to church? I just said something. You don't think his agents and imps are out there watching your videos too? You don't think that his little demon spirits and demon agents and Satanists are watching your videos and all of that crazy crap to try to look for, weak spots to make you fall? Come on, brothers and sisters. We have to realize that we have a huge responsibility. I will digress into what I'm talking about in terms of God, how God had to check me. Now, coming from a family background, hear me clearly, of actors, of professional actors, even celebrities. Yes, I have celebrities in my family. I do. And I'm not here lying. Y'all know I don't play games. But so what? I said that before. The point being is this. Are they saved? That's the main goal. That's the main goal of my videos. That's the main goal of me, ministering, if you want to call this ministering, getting these messages out, because I am compassionate and I'm passionate about people getting saved for real. I'm not playing with this clickbait. Click on my videos just to get a view. You like lure them in, like bait, literally. You don't think, I just said, okay, now I'm getting hot now. This message is for those out there, and they know who they are. I'm not calling them out. I'm not calling them by name. Because I watch a lot of people's videos. Some are lukewarm. Some are playing games. Some are theatrical. Some are there for a check. Some are playing with people's salvation. Some are playing on people's spiritual ignorance. But I'm here for a reason, brothers and sisters. I'm here because I really believe that if God saves somebody like me with the history that I have, and if you don't know my history, if you're new to my channel, check out my testimony. It tells you a lot about who I was. But when I'm telling you about this clickbait, I'm telling you, brothers and sisters in the Lord, quote unquote, check that clickbait. Because if you have titles out there that are very, very misleading, God is watching that. And I'm telling you the truth, you could lead so many people astray. Case in point, if you're telling somebody, and I'm just giving you an example, hear me clearly. I'm not beating nobody up. I'm trying to, pour some cold water on their face. If you're telling people things like, don't pray because of this, and that, or if you're telling people, it's unnecessary for this, and that, and they click on it spiritually, or they don't click on it, they kind of look at it, and then they could be an atheist, and your title, your clickbait just for views can turn somebody not to get saved, not to get delivered, not to get won. The whole message and premise of each and every one preaching, teaching, or giving exhortations, okay? Hear me clearly. Is to win you to Christ. Not win you to views. Not win you to subs. Not win you to themselves. To win you to Jesus. That's it. That's why I'm on here. That's why my face is not plastered, because I know me. I know who I used to be. I know I used to be someone who was lost and who was narcissistic and who was caught up in vanity. Oh, yeah. I used to be the young lady with the nice shape years ago who always got flattered, who always was told they were beautiful and gorgeous, men gawking after me left and right. I'm not saying this in pride, I'm saying this in truth. And to the point where I started believing it, to the point where I literally worked with a mirror in front of my desk because I wanted to see how good I looked. Am I keeping it real, or am I playing games here? And I saw myself, check that video out. It's the last video I've ever made when I had this brown type of dress on. Yeah, look at it. And I think it was talking about favor. It was talking about when I got pulled over. I looked at that video and I saw myself going in the wrong direction. And I'm not talking about what I was saying was not true. It was all true. What I'm saying is I know myself. And I know with the history of actors and actresses and people in the spotlight, I saw myself trying to go and wiggle myself into a spiritual direction where the enemy was about to give me some applause. And the one thing you want to never do is let the devil clap for you. Because as long as the devil claps and the devil's people clapping for you and saying how good you are, the devil is pleased, but God is not pleased. I digress. I hope you're getting this good fruit right now. This fruit of refinement. This fruit of self-examination. I'm serious on my channel. I don't play games. I don't like to put out videos like popcorn just for views, just for kicks, just for a check. I never got a check from YouTube yet. I'm telling you the truth. And I'm telling you, when I do receive my first check, I just recently monetized. When I first get my YouTube check, when it comes, hear me clearly. I'm not balling. Some people are balling. Some people, literally, that's their job. Night after night, making YouTube videos. They don't have a regular secular job. YouTube is their job. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? So what happens when YouTube blows up? What happens when they pull the plug and say no more YouTube? You gonna forfeit your house, your car? What happens? What happens if you get some bad spam and people hating on you just for kicks and say your videos are offensive and you got no more free speech and you listen? I just said something else. I'm gonna just leave it there. I'm gonna just leave it there anyway, because I don't know how much time I got. Let me just speed it up on how God convicted me. He said, you can preach. This pastor said it cut me, and he wasn't talking to me generally, but God was talking to me through him. He said, it's one thing that you never want to do is preach, and everybody in the congregation, everybody who you ministering to, everybody gets it. Everybody gets the word that he used Judas, as a vehicle to reach them, but you go straight to hell because you were performing pretty much. I just said something. Do you realize the significance of what you do, man of God, woman of God out there who are ministering the gospel? You are delicately playing with people's souls out there. If you are not worded up, if you are not literally called for this, called for duty, and you don't take this serious, bless the true and living God.